Wow. Good afternoon. Wow, it's been a long week and I have already shifted through what is the new year, haven't we? We've done the New Year's Eve and we've done the New Year's Day and now it's the second day of the year. A very exciting year ahead too, I might add. It just feels like it's so exhausting though already. Um, I'm Ros Boundy here for Boomer Press, and being able to create those memories into a book, whether you're doing a memoir or whether you're writing a semi autobiographical or whether you're wanting to write um, fiction, non fiction, all sorts of books, like whatever you're wanting to write. My aim is to be here to help you take those steps in whatever stage you're at to be able to help you through to what will be your published book, whether you're wanting to send it out and into the world as available for sale or whether you're just wanting it for personal, internal family use and buy author copies and that sort of thing. Look, there's many different ways to publish, and my aim is to be a helping hand in that. Well, I wouldn't say holding your hand, but guiding you through what are some of those steps. I have got a website that is for you to have a look at. Now, I wasn't fully prepared for this. I'm still in holiday mode. It was funny, like yesterday, had a call from one of my daughters just to suggest, would you mind if we come down and visit and bring the grandchildren for a swim? They'd love to go for a swim and, stay for lunch, that type of thing, which is always lovely. So that's how I spent my day yesterday. And it does tend to be fairly exhausting, even though I'm used to swimming. It is in a pool, and where we went was down at Horseshoe Bay, our local. It is a hub. Yeah, well, it's shaped like a horseshoe. The beach, the bay itself, and it is where the local Port Elliot Surf Lifesaving Club is, and there's a lovely fish and chip shop, and bowling greens, nice park that you can park up and go for a walk along the beach, etc. It was there that we went swimming in the seawater. Now, I haven't been swimming in seawater for so long. Um, well, actually, it's been a few years. In the 14 years since I've been here at Port Elliot, I haven't actually swum in that particular beach area. I've just tended to stay at home, paddle in the Boomer Beach, not go swimming, but paddle, and at the local Flurio Regional Aquatic Centre. Flurio Aquatic Centre. Anyway, there is a swimming pool that's close enough by, safer than sharks in the sea. So that's where I've been going. Anyway, that's just a little bit of what my yesterday was. So I am feeling quite tired today. I have needed to get back into some writing work. So that's what I've done. I've just put the boomerpress.online website there for you to have a look for those who are in the 5 Foot Rope um, group page, that one that allows the links to go in. I'm just going to put that up, and here's the one that's gone to my Boomer Press. This one's my Ros Boundy one, so I will be copying across or uploading this video directly into the Boomer Press YouTube channel. Just going to get that one and put that in there for you because it still doesn't have quite enough of the subscribers to do the direct live streams into that channel. So if you haven't already, it'd be lovely if you could subscribe and like that channel, the Boomer Press Online. Unfortunately, with some of the things that I was planning, I have to change my plans. And I may have mentioned that in the Sunday evening live stream that I did, because there's a book that I was wanting to read out loud. And I found, oh, not silly me. I mean, I did know it, but didn't know it. There's some things that are slipping my mind. And this is why it is really important to write down your stories before you forget them. Include, like, even it's most especially important for me, for myself, because I know that I've had that tweaking of awareness with my own brain forgetting things. I wouldn't call it a dementia or an Alzheimer's or anything like that, but who knows what may be the precursor for it. I know that there's some things I'm forgetting, and I really don't want to leave it too late until it is too late. That's why I am continuing to move ahead, even if it's slow. I don't mind the speed that it goes, as far as how how you're putting your thoughts down. It can still be that you'll get your phone and do voice, dictate, or have a laptop that you've got a little webcam attached to, or an inbuilt camera. I know with my MacBook Pro there's an inbuilt camera and the microphone, so that you just have to point your face to the screen. It's not for video quality purpose, it's just to put your story down. And even if you feel a bit goofy doing that, stick a photo of a friend up just behind where the camera actually sits, so that you're looking at that camera and chatting to your friend and telling them what your story is. And that itself, even if you don't know how to type, there's apps now that can take that is your voice and type it out so that it can be put into a book. And if you plan to have it where you're doing ad hoc, doing it as a chat, and you can have it as verbatim, you don't have to edit much. You can have that transcribed as if it is your story talking to the reader. And it can be just edited enough so that it does feel like you're having that conversation and having a good old yarn with friends. There's certainly quite a few ways that you can progress through in just putting your thoughts to paper as that end result, to have it where it can be read by anyone. It does depend on what your purpose is. If you're wanting to just have that is a video record of you telling your story to your family, that's something that can be organised as well. There's certainly different ways of doing that, so that your memories are kept for posterity, for perpetuity, as your legacy, whatever way that you have as your intention to put it down in some form, that it's recorded. We are most used to having the words being what we use, as far as the being in written form, but it doesn't mean it's the only way that it can be done. There can be now those inserts that are audio only, that it doesn't even have to be your face, that it can be just your voice telling your story as part of the process, and bringing it even closer to those who you're intending to read it, whether it's the wider audience of, a bit further afield than just your family, or whether it is just your family. It can be constructed so that it's definitely, individualised. Certainly the process is all going to be tailored, because not any two people are going to do this or want it done the same. So it is very much and I've forgotten the word for it now, bespoke, I think is the word. Just as one of my friends who's a published author as well, she's done her bespoke book for herself as well. And it's really good to read other people's stories and learn more about each other and identify with, similarities, I think, really. Don't we always feel so much more in community when we are sharing those stories? So it is really what I'm wanting to help you with. You can certainly ask me any questions along the line as well, as you start to think about what you're wanting to do with your story, even if it's not to do with your story, but just find a way that you can have it written down, you can have it recorded in some form, so that those moments where you think of the funny stuff, where you think of the important stuff, where you think of how you can help others with what you've experienced and grown through, um, many different reasons why we're doing it. So I'm just going to have a drink of coffee. Thank you. So I suppose really taking some time to think about, um, well, where is time taking us? Grayer hair, losing the memory, um, body cracking up and not doing what it wants to, what you want it to do, all that sort of stuff. Look, we know that each and every one of us is in that process of aging, whatever that's going to mean for each of us as individuals. I do feel that sense, well, of a bit of urgency to really get some of this started. Keep progressing, even if it's just one thing a day that we write down, one cool, story we remember as we're moving along every day, just to write down even one of those stories. Um, I'm not using a notebook now. I'm actually using the Scrivener program, which on the Sunday night, I think I'll use that time to show some people through just a couple of things that you can do to make it easier on in simple ways to write if you're okay with the typing and don't know much about formatting, though, to be able to write so that you can find spots in your writing. And at this point, once you start to write through more than one or two or three chapters or stories that you want to put together as a chapter, there does need to be some of the little tips and tricks shared to make it easier for you to find your way in that process and be able to plan out some of the, or what would you call it, mapping, so that it's got that flowchart effect of knowing where you're finding what you are creating in sequences, or categories or parts or things like that. Sometimes it's that part doesn't really matter until later on, but it's good to have that outlining done so that you can form a bit of a sequence in how your thoughts flow to make some of that story writing a lot easier, especially when you're starting to do fiction books, of course. But I found it was also quite important to do a good outline when writing my non-fiction books. So there are ways that I can show you, which, yeah, like I said, that'll be Sunday evening's book Nook session, since I can't read out aloud. Unless, of course, I organise with someone to read out loud with their permission, because that's what it has to have. Anyway, um, I think that's about all I've got for tonight, because I know that there is a bit of that really needing to be organised, which, because it's been a bit holiday season, I just haven't spent the time I needed to have with these sessions this week. Completely missed out on Mondays. I'm probably, well, the episodes are just going to go in sequence as they occur. So we'll see how we go with this, and most of it, the detailed, will be in the course when that is fully published and ready and available to purchase. You'll be the first to know here. I'll do that with this through here and the Facebook, the social media channels, because ultimately they all come down to being social media, don't they? I'll have it on my website definitely as well anyway, as it's put up as a purchase button instead of just show your interest. Although you can do that even now via that Boomer Press website. You'll see it there under the courses tab. So when that's all finished and completed, ready to roll, um, I am still anticipating that to be the 15th, so of this month. So um, all things should be organised by then for the course, and I'm looking forward to that because I'll still be continuing to write further as courses grow and do a very in-depth course for the bigger module. The bigger course that you'll see is there listed, just that's not one that's been started yet because I really want to actually more feel into what you want as your learning curve, what other aspects to include in it so that I'm not just sprouting out what I think you should know, but that I'm actually serving what things you would like to know and what you feel are your needs and that type of thing. So it's all a progression, isn't it? And growing as far as pretty much like a community. So that's part of what the membership will be for those who join the course as well. There will be a community as a basis of that. Certainly, it won't be one that's on Facebook unless there is a need for that. I'm doing it completely through Soul Software. So, um, needing to expect that it's something just a little different, but it's just as easy to sign up as well too. Okay, so thank you for watching, especially if you can put that you've watched the replay. It'd be very helpful. If you've got any questions, certainly ask in the comments, the down below or wherever it shows up for you in your stream. If you have any other ways that you'd like to connect with me, you can via Facebook Messenger. I certainly am on the Apple messaging things. I'm pretty sure I've got the contact sheet is working properly, etc., on the Burma Press website. So there's quite a few ways that you can connect in with me. And thank you, Kim, for that lovely Happy New Year. Lovely. Thank you. Thank you for that. And yes, it is exciting, Michelle, getting it moving, and that is fantastic. It is. Sometimes any of that does seem like it's a long, slow slog because I'm not into going so fast and getting things done without having them. I like the sure and steady. It is more that method that I use because it was the tortoise that won the race anyway. So that's my flow. I'm going to stick with it. There certainly is with any type of program that you start to use, which I have been using Soul Software now for a couple of years, but it's been slow progress because each part, as I'm learning it, does take a little bit of learning and to get that integration working well. So, it's just technology and it just takes the one step at a time and working through each of the phases. So we're going to grow together with this, aren't we? And hi, hi Kenneth. You're here again from Canada. Thank you for popping in. I'm here right now as the Boomer Press, the business that I'm doing for authors and creating memoir and writing things that are about doing writing and publishing and that type of thing, Kenneth. So if you have any skills and knowledge about that, would be lovely to hear from you to share what you know and all the rest, and anyone else who's an author, because I have found the more that I'm within this industry and the adventure of writing, learning the craft of writing, learning the processes for all the steps of publishing and getting things up and ready for sale, that it is a very connected and sharing community in anything that I've done. I've really enjoyed that process of being able to share with other authors the hows and the what do they use and, hints and tips and all of that. It's really good fun. So I'm loving the experience. Hence, another reason for sharing and really wanting to help everyone, with theirs. But we do really need to niche down a bit because you can't help everyone all the time, and everything takes time. As they say, Rome wasn't built in a day. Michelle's spot on there. And I'm just really enjoying the growing of what will be a community and what will be that connection through the Boomer Press website, the Boomer Press membership area as well, and creating that's a community just to share. There's various different ways we're doing it already with our Facebooks, our Instagrams, Pinterest if you're into Pinterest. I love using Discord as well, it's another avenue. And many businesses use that as well for some of their community building. It could be there is a call for that as well. I'm open to suggestions. So never closed off to someone sharing your suggestions with within the 5 Foot Rope TV. It's a lovely opportunity within the Boomer Press Facebook. Are they pages or are they groups? No, it's a page. Even the Instagram, that one that is set up there. I haven't worked it really well, but it just grows. It will continue as being some way to sharing the tips and tricks. Got any more? Share them around. Put them as the comments under what I might be sharing as well. Great to have a discussion around some of the tips and the different tools that are being used now, especially with the very fast growth of what's happening with the artificial intelligence, the AI, and the bots that can help us. A good tool, but they certainly do not replace the full writing process. I think they are a wonderful tool for the various aspects of writing, but they don't replace how your voice is, how you write. So I fully encourage you to go into your notebooks, into your handwriting if you only handwrite, into doing the voice recordings or a video type of recording. So many different ways that make it so easy to get writing, to put down your thoughts. Absolutely. And hi, Kim. It's lovely to have you here. Thank you. I am here as Boomer Press today. I don't have one of the things I could do so it makes it very obvious that this is Boomer Press is have that back, the background, but it does a fuzziness that I'm just not comfortable with. I like to see what is the real scene behind me. I don't know if that's how you prefer it as well. Maybe that's an idea and suggestion that if you like those backdrops that say, yeah, I'm here as Boomer Press, that you'd mention that too. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there because it's nearly the half hour, these time slots. We do limit to our time slot with this because it gives everyone who is signed in, who are subscribed. What's the right wording? Those who are signed up for doing the 5 Foot Rope TV sessions, we do have our time slot. So this is definitely regularly on the Monday and Thursday when I remember. Monday was just a write-off. But Monday and Thursday, 5:30. And the Sunday at 7:30, that is an hour. So the weekday one is only the half hour. The Sunday night evening is a full hour. So I hope to see you here on Sunday, whatever the date is. I haven't calculated it. This is how well planned I was for today. I am still in holiday-ish mode. Back to full swing next week. Well, from Sunday actually, because that's the start of the week, isn't it? So hope to see you here at 7:30 Adelaide time. Same places, the 5 Foot Rope TV, my Ros Boundy profile, and I think it is the Ros Boundy YouTube that I've got this sending out to, and do expect to see the uploading or sharing into the other pages and spaces. Oops, I clicked that. Whoop, I wasn't meant to do that because we'd already shown that up, hadn't we, Kenneth? Okay, we'll see you on Sunday. Bye for now.